All right, everyone, it's been a long 2 days, but this morning we got up, just terrible. We didn't hear a bird all morning. So we decided to make a game plan and come down here to Wayne National Forest, which is only 15 miles from our property we're hunting. And here's the outcome.
We got her done, bud. We got a beautiful 2-year-old, about 3/4 inch spurs, and I really can't tell you how long his beard was because half of it's missing right now.
So we got in here about 9:30, quarter till 10 this morning, and just picked the road on this Wayne National Forest, and we just.
It's actually it's the 4-wheeler riding trails down here. They're closed right now for ATV, access and stuff. So we got on the map up there, and we had no clue, where we were at. We just picked a spot of Wayne. We went up on it. Got to they got these little pavilions up that have maps underneath them, and they show the 4-wheeler trails. And we got on one of these 4-wheeler trails that went across the whole mountaintop, and we walk 50 yards, stop and call, walk 50 yards, stop and call, and we're coming up over the little hill back here, and I thought I heard a bird gobble, and I asked Jim if he heard it. Jim didn't hear it, so we got up to the top, and we wanted to check where we were at. So I got on Onyx maps and seeing how far we came and how far we have to go yet, and basically took a break. And hey, sometimes that works. I mean, sometimes when you're walking and calling, stop and take a 15-minute break, and maybe that bird, maybe he wants to light up. He wants to hear that hen again, and that's the case. We were on one side of the mountain, he was on the other. We called to him again and gave him the 3-strike rule, and he gobbled 3 times out of the times we called. So we made the move on him, cut distance in half, got down here into this bottom where it's real open, and of course, we all know turkeys they hate crossing creeks. I mean, they will, but 9 times out of 10 they ain't gonna cross. So we jumped the creek, got on this side of the creek, and the side he was on, and I mean, he come right up the hollow to us. And unfortunately, on the way in, I didn't see him because of my setup, and I didn't want to stick out like a sore thumb, so I kind of got back in the brush, and there was a tree directly in line of him coming in. And finally, when he turned to the right, he didn't like not seeing a hen out in this open, so he started going to the right, and that's when I was able to wait for him to get behind a tree so I could turn on him and shoot.
Here's a tip for everybody. So when I go hunt with this guy, I normally don't take no calls because he's such a phenomenal caller. So we were sitting up there looking for a game plan for tomorrow, some other state game lands, and I took one of my slate calls out and hit it, and this gobbler respawned on top of this ridge. So no matter who you go with,
oh, absolutely,
no matter how good a caller is, always take your calls. You never know what that bird's going to like, because it didn't like Clint's calls at all for some reason. As soon as I hit that slate call, he just come in like on a string.
And that's and for real, I mean, that's why we got all them pockets on them turkey vests. I mean, put your slate call, your box call, your whatever you have. I mean, it sometimes sucks when it gets real warm out and you got to hoof all that stuff everywhere, but you never know what they want, man. I mean, he didn't want a raspy mouth call. He wanted a soft slate sound. So I mean, you got to carry him with you, man. I mean, I carry slate calls with me too, but he didn't want to hear my calls. He wanted to hear Jim's slate call. So,
and don't get discouraged. Like I say, we're 5 miles back in here. It's going to take us an hour or so to get out of here. So if you get on one of these logging roads in the state game lands and walk 20 feet and call and don't hear nothing, don't give up. Just keep going, because we are back in here.
I mean, there's nothing over on that side of the mountain except it's just straight big woods. I mean, there's no fields, no crop fields, no nothing, no agriculture, nothing. It's just all big woods. And I asked the lady when we came in here, the Wayne National Forest Rangers were up there they were cleaning the place up, you know, emptying the trash and all that stuff. And I asked them, I said, you know, have you guys heard any birds? And they said they haven't heard any birds around for a while. But I mean, they're in here, man. They're definitely in here. You just gotta put the footwork in for them, you know.
We put a lot of miles on the last couple of days, and you know, we both got frustrated because we were on a 600-acre farm, which we should have had birds gobbling their head off every day, every morning, and we just didn't have that. So
yeah, then again, you know, that 600-acre farm was, we had probably at least a half a mile of agriculture fields, you know, corn, beans, all that, and you figured that's where the birds wanted to be. And I mean, I don't know if it's the new buds and stuff coming out in the woods, but that's where we're hearing the birds at, is back in the timbers and stuff. So they're not working the fields like back in PA, you know. And
so we launched this show roughly 4 weeks ago. It's been both of our dreams to do that all our hunting career. So our first filming is this spring, and we're doing one heck of a job, I think, at it. So we got, I want to say 9 to 10 bird kills on video so far. So we're hoping to be able to put that on YouTube for you guys fairly soon once I get everything edited. Be able to show you some of these hunts. Some of the footage ain't the greatest, like I said before. I mean, myself, it's real TV,
real as
man.
It gets, man.
You know, this bird here, I videoed him coming in, and I heard bang, 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 and I heard him yelling, "Bring the gun," and I dropped the camera. So, I mean, this is what it's about. I mean, this is what we love to do, and you know, we take kids out and let them do their thing, and this is what we're all about. So, you know, get on and like our page, man. Tell your friends, because there's a lot more of this to come, hopefully, in the next few years.
And Pennsylvania ain't even started yet.
Hasn't even started yet.
I'll tell you this much. Last year, you know, I did my fair share of missing last year too, and you know, I got, you know, ground up pretty hard about that. But hey, that's what it's all about, man. I mean, if I never kill another bird the rest of my life, you know, I'm having fun trying to. Anyways, it's what it's all about. That's it, man. It's what I live for, man. This is it. You know, my kids love doing it. You know, Jim's kids love doing it. We love taking them out and stuff,
and all three of them are pro staffs on the hunting show. So
just making memories, man. That's what it's all about.
And they've already did their share this year. They're the first ones on film. They get it done this year. So, but hey, we're gonna let you go. We appreciate the support. Give us a like on Facebook, and hope you enjoy this video. I know we're getting out of here before we starve to death. We're out.